Hey, it's Miss Mullis. It's time for our kindergarten home learning. We're working on packet number 3. We're on the first week and the third day. All right, make sure you have packet number 3 ready. We're over here on the first week and we're on the third day. We're starting with numbers first. I want you to read the numbers first. What number is this? A 1 to 1 is number 11. Then you're going to trace it. 1, 1 is 11. Read each number and trace each number. If you want to cut and glue the pictures from the side, you can do that, but make sure you've done the work on the other side of the paper first before you cut this one. Then you can cut and glue the tally marks, is what these are called, into the right box, or you can draw them like I'm going to do. Tally marks is when you have lines that are in groups of 5. We've done these a little bit in the classroom, but not a whole lot. So I'm going to show you how to do tally marks for number 11. We do 1, 2, 3, 4, but then when we get to 5, it goes across. So we have a group of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. And to do the number 5, we go across. So let's count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And that one stands all by itself because it's not in a group of 5. So when you're counting them, you could count by 5s if you know how. Like on this one, we could say 5, this is 5, this is 5, 5, 10, 11, 12. So we could write 12 in this box, and we know that this one is going to go with number 12. So you can draw your tally marks. You can write your numbers over here to count how many there are to help you remember, and then glue them into place if you want to. All right, very good. We're going to sort some shapes. Flat shapes and solid shapes. This means 2D shapes or 3D shapes. We talked about these way back at the beginning of the years when we spent a lot of time on these. If you were in my class, in Miss Mullis's class, we even sorted some different foods to flat shapes or solid shapes, like crackers and cheese cubes. This will be a little bit harder to draw. If you're going to draw it, you'll do the best you can, or you can write the words down here. I'll show you some different ways to do it. If you want to cut and glue, make sure you've done the other side of the paper first before you cut this one. All right, we're looking for shapes that are flat. That means that they are flat. They don't stand up. If you could actually touch them, they would lay flat on your hand like a pancake. They would not stand up and take up space. This side is solid shapes. That means you could touch them, you could hold them in your hands. They would take up space in your hands. You could feel them. All right, this shape is a circle. It is a flat shape. If I had a circle, it would be flat. So I could draw it up here, just a circle. I could write flat on the shape. Here's the word flat. So whichever way you want to do it. All right, this one is a cone, like an ice cream cone, or like the cones in the gym at PE that you might line up behind or race around. A cone. It is not flat. It would not lay flat on the table like this piece of paper. It would stand up. It would take up space. We would be able to put our hands around it. So it's got to go on the solid shape side. So I could try to draw it. See how it has that little dotted line? That tells you that it's got another side to it. It's kind of round at the bottom and then round here. I could do that, or I could write solid on this picture so that I know where it goes. Or you can cut and glue them into the right place. So we have a circle, we have a cone. I'm not going to tell you where these go, but I will help you remember the names of them. This is a cube. This is a square. A triangle. A cylinder. A hexagon. And a sphere. All right, so sort those into the right groups. Our next page is one where you would spin and write. I do not have my gem clip with me that I can spin. I'm not sure what happened to it. You could take a pin, lay it in the middle, and just spin it around. Mine's kind of sticky right there, but I could spin it around, and whatever the point is pointing to, I could find that word. Got to read these words at the bottom. Men, and den, and hen, and pen, and tin. So this word says men. So wherever I see the word men, I've got to write it again because that's what I spun. M-N. Let's try a marker this time. And I also want to find the sentence up here that says men. Touch these words that have a line. Oh, that one says men. Let's read the sentence. The men will help. After you read that sentence, you could color your star. If you have a gem clip or a safety pin, a paper clip, you could stand it, put it in around your pen or your pencil and spin it this way. That's what I usually do, but I lost mine. Or you could use a marker or a crayon, lay it in the middle and spin it around. See, I got 10 this time. So I need to find the word 10 at the bottom and write it and find the sentence that has 10 and read it. If you get men again, then you're going to write it again. And keep going until you have at least one line filled all the way up to the top. But make sure you've read all your words and read all your sentences. Writing time. Look at your rules for writing. I can use a capital letter. Make sure your sentence starts with a capital letter. All the rest of the letters are lowercase. I can use finger spaces. Put spaces in between your words to separate them. I can sound out words. Whatever word you want to write, you make the sounds and then write the sounds that you hear. I can use punctuation. Periods, question marks, exclamation marks. Periods tell us something. Question marks ask us something. And exclamation marks show excitement. I can draw a picture. Whatever you write, you've got to draw a picture to go with it. Make sure that it matches. Let's read what our paper says today. I like to collect. What? What do you like to collect? Think about something that you like to have a lot of. Are there things that you like to keep lots of at your house? Here are some ideas. Horses, airplanes, stamps, stuffed animals, or cars. You might have something else you like to collect. Some people like to collect rocks. Some people like to collect books. Some people like to collect different kinds of glasses that you drink out of. Some people like to collect leaves. Some people like to collect Barbie dolls. What do you like to collect? You're going to write what it is that you like to collect and tell me why, or what do you do with it. And you have to draw a picture to match. Our last page for today is a story. Let's read the title of our story. Bob. We have an apostrophe S. That means that something belongs to Bob. Bob's new job. Bob's new job. The new job belongs to Bob. Let's read the first sentence. Bob got a new job. Bob got a new job. You're going to read the story, the whole story. Then I want you to read the whole story again. Read it 2 times. Then let's read the questions. What did Bob get? A Bob, a cob a job. What did he get? Bob got a new job. Bob got a new job. So we're going to put a check beside the word job, and we're going to write it. A job. What did Bob get? A job. I'm going to read the other questions to you, and then you're going to read your story and answer them. What did the man try to do to Bob? Look in your story to find out. Bob began to, what? What did he start to do? Bob said, please do not blank from me. All right, so read your story and answer your questions. Very good. I'll see you again tomorrow.